a major provincial investment at St. Joseph's Hospital. Thunder Bay Police get money for Next Generation 911. And a Gaza ceasefire motion is vetoed at the United Nations. Good evening and thank you for joining us. St. Joseph's Hospital will soon be better equipped to support and communicate with its patients.
That's thanks to a $2 million investment from the province to replace the hospital's nurse call system. Vasilios Bellos is following the story and joins us in studio with the details. Vasilios.
Thanks, Mitch. The new call system comes with a number of improvements, including two-way calling, so staff can quickly know and address patients' needs. The hospital is going to begin implementing the system next year, with complete installation done by the summer. It's a significant amount of funding that will ensure St. Joseph's Hospital can better support its patients.
$2 million toward critical infrastructure enhancements at St. Joseph's Hospital, provided through the Health Infrastructure Renewal Fund.
Thunder Bay Atikokan MPP Kevin Holland made the announcement at the hospital on Friday, which will fund a brand new nurse call system to improve communication between staff and patients. It has a number of new features, including two-way calling and a colored system, so nurses know immediately what patients need.
Dome lights that provide visuals as to where the call might be coming, where the call is coming from.
CEO Janine Black says the new system will be an important part of patient care and support moving forward.
Much clearer communication for our staff. It's going to include parts of the system that make staff aware as they're coming down the hall, where they're needed and what they're needed for, so that nurses can really respond more quickly, or any staff can respond more quickly to the needs of the client.
We're being told by the healthcare providers that are needed to ensure that we have a sustainable healthcare system moving forward. This is just another tool in that toolbox.
The previous nurse call system had reached end of life and didn't provide nearly as many features for staff and patients. The province wasn't the only one supporting the project, with the Fort William Rotary Club announcing they'd be pitching in $100,000 as well.
Such a reputation and of being an excellent facility, and has always strived to be so. We want to continue that Thunder Bay should have the best of care.
St. Joseph's Hospital will begin installing the new system next month, with plans to have it fully operational by the summer. Vasilios Bellos, TBT News.
Thunder Bay Police arrested 2 men today in connection to 2 separate child pornography investigations. 73-year-old Robert Wayne Lysenchuk was taken into custody today following the search of a Mount Dale Avenue home last week. Lysenchuk is accused of accessing and possessing child pornography. Additionally, 33-year-old Colin Andre Plomquist turned himself in a day after police raided a Murray Avenue residence. Officers found child pornography files as well as intimate images of an adult female. Plomquist is charged with voyeurism as well as accessing, possessing, and distributing child pornography.
Some big news for 911 in Ontario and here in Thunder Bay, as the province is investing $78 million to help municipalities improve emergency telecommunications and dispatch centers.
Thunder Bay Police received just under $400,000 to fund the new system called Next Generation 911. Josh Morano has the details.
The new emergency dispatch system will make it possible to send a video of an accident as well as make medical information available to first responders by 2025. NextGen 911 will allow individuals to send up-to-date information via their cell phones to 911 operators, making the process quick and easy for both parties. While the Thunder Bay Police Service started updating their servers a number of years prior, Dispatch Center Manager Brian Loft says the $391,000 they recently received is going to speed things up even more.
We're very grateful for it because it's very expensive. We've undertaken quite a few costs already, and there's going to be quite a few costs that we're going to incur in the future. So in that sense, it's going to be put to well use and help us along this road to March of 2025 when the cutover takes place.
These updates don't affect current access to 911, and those needing to call are still able to. The move is to keep up with technological advancements, eventually adding texting to the service as well. Lofts adds this funding is needed not just for the police, but for the community as a whole.
The biggest help is going to be taking the burden of all of the mandated requirements off of the taxpayers on a municipal level. It's going to help out in terms of getting all the new equipment and upgrades in place in a timely manner. And we will be ready and tested, so when the cutover comes forth in March of 2025, that'll be seamless. The public won't see any change. The first thing the public will see is when they introduce texting to 911, and other than that, they won't notice any change in the 911 system.
Lofts adds these changes are going to add workload to the staff once NextGen 911 is in place. However, he states they should have the project completed by the middle of 2024, giving them plenty of time to test it out. Josh Morano, TBT News.
The regional hospital will soon be better equipped to support newborns needing extra medical care, thanks to donations made on Giving Tuesday. The hospital will be purchasing a new Giraffe infant warmer for the NICU. The new machine will keep babies warm while staff carry out important procedures like x-rays and intubations. It also has a resuscitation panel built in, so staff can easily see the baby's vital signs. Registered nurse Marta Netzi says this equipment is crucial for babies needing additional attention after birth.
The technology we have in these newer warmers is critical to saving the lives of preemies and infants, especially during their first hour of life. It is so important for the NICU to have the right equipment for the short and long-term health of the child. It also benefits the healthcare team because the height is adjustable. So for the people that are taller or shorter, it ensures proper body mechanics for the staff.
The warmer will replace an older version reaching its end of life in 2025.
New data shows COVID-19 activity in Ontario right now is more than double what it was this time last year. Ontario's COVID wastewater signal is at 2.1, up from 0.9 at the same time last year. It's the highest wastewater signal Ontario has seen in more than a year.
The Salvation Army's kettle campaign is nearing 50% of its target. And with about 2 weeks left, executives are urging the public to help if they can and even volunteer to run the kettles. So far this year's campaign has raised over $122,000 of the $260,000 goal. Kettles are located at Superstore, Intercity Shopping Centre, Grandview Mall, the 3 Walmarts, as well as the LCBOs on Arthur Street, Dawson Road, and at the Thunder Centre. All kettle locations also have a tap donation option with a new tabletop tap to give option as well. Journey to Life Centre Executive Director Gary Ferguson says right now they are on track to reach their goal and says he's proud of the community for giving back, especially with prices rising.
People are reaching deep in their pockets this year, and I think they're feeling the same thing that we are feeling at the center. Our costs have gone up from 9 to 14% depending on various items, and I think people in the community have that, and Thunder Bay, the big heart that we have, people are reaching out to help those in need.
Ferguson says they are, however, looking for more volunteers to run the kettles, especially at the LCBO locations.
A Fort William First Nation man is once again flipping the script on the classic cartoon character, the Grinch. Instead of stealing Christmas, Ed Collins is making the neighborhood brighter by decorating his home, dressing up as the fuzzy green creature and meeting families. Collins started the attraction on Anemki Drive around the start of COVID-19. He says he wanted to bring back cheer to the community and make people smile during the pandemic. Now, 3 years later, his setup has become a place where families can come out, take pictures in Whoville, and celebrate Grinchmas. Collins will be hosting the meet and greet again this Saturday and Sunday between 1 and 4 p.m. And he also has a light show every night from 6 to 8. Collins says seeing the faces of visitors is the best part.
It's fantastic. You know, there's so much anger and hate in the world, and this Grinch here is full of love. That's what this one is about. After my heart, grew 3 times. So that's what that's all about. And it's not only the children, it's the adults, it's the elderly, the glee in their eyes. It's just amazing. This is what makes it what I do. And I could sit out here all day and do that.
The last day to meet the Grinch will be on December 23rd.
Despite the mild temperatures and rainy weather today, Locklomman ski area is the second local hill to open its run for the season.
This afternoon saw dozens of eager skiers and snowboarders ready to hit the slopes. Joe Sadowski was there and has the details.
Was it the most ideal conditions for the first day at Locklomman? Well, not exactly, but that didn't stop the hardworking ski hill staff from getting a few runs ready for the dozens of devoted skiers and snowboarders who lined up this morning to take their first runs of the season.
9:45 this morning, we had a lineup of people waiting to get their tickets, knowing that they had to walk over and ski up, but that's the love of skiing. If you get the chance to put those skis on snow, they're here, and we're grateful to have them.
Despite the drizzle and above seasonal temperatures, the staff at Locklomman were able to open the south side and the Snoopy Hill, and when we spoke to the diehard skiers, they said there's no better day than on the slopes.
Obviously the weather isn't very good, but is that keeping your spirits down today?
No, not at all. Any day skiing is a good day of skiing. We got a good crowd out here at Locklomman for the season opener. Really excited about that.
With the weather, obviously it's not very nice right now, but is that keeping your spirits down?
Of course not. You know, someone actually said once, there's no such thing as bad weather, only bad clothing. So if you dress properly, you're going to have fun. Come on out.
This weekend, Locklomman will be open from 10 to 4 p.m. each day with reduced lift ticket prices. Office manager Laura Woodbeck says Lock has a ton of exciting new and returning events on the docket for the new ski season.
We will be adding some monthly themed events. We will have our dummy downhill and start advertising that almost immediately here at Christmas. This summer splash, we'll have that again. We are looking into a few more special events. It's looking like we'll have some surprises for the New Year's season.
This just in, the slopes are fantastic. I'll see you out on the lift. Joe Sadowski, TVT News.
Oh, Joe. That's too good. What a guy. Well, you know, turning to weather now, Fiona, we could see on the ski hill, it wasn't maybe ideal weather, but it was still open. Is this kind of weather affecting anything else around the city?
It has already. A lot of kids and a lot of parents are looking at this time of year to head out and start ice skating outdoors, which is always a lot of fun at Prince Arthur's Landing. Unfortunately, when you're looking at daytime highs of 6 Celsius, that's just too warm to support the production of ice on the outdoor rink. So that is currently closed. We are hoping as temperatures start to fall, getting a little closer to Christmas, starting maybe as early as next week, that it will be opened up. But as it stands, the outdoor rink at Prince Arthur's Landing is closed. And with rain, it probably wouldn't have been a great day to be out there. Winds were very light from the east, 9 to 16 kilometers per hour. Temperatures actually started to rise last night around 8 o'clock. And from there until today, it's been rising ever so slightly, bit by bit. So our low last night was 3 Celsius. Now, to the west, Fort Frances also stayed above the freezing mark all last night and today. They've got a lot of cloud. They're currently at 2, 1 in Kenora and Dryden. Up into Red Lake, it's been hovering just around the freezing mark for most of the day. They've had very, very light winds, almost non-existent at times, and periods of light drizzle that continues at this hour. Eastward, we're back on the plus side in Sioux Lookout, Armstrong, both at 2. Greenstone's currently at 3, which is their high for the day. They saw not rain, but a lot of mist and fog throughout the day. Along the North Shore, we're at 4 Celsius for Nipigon and Marathon. Sault Ste. Marie currently 5 Celsius, and they're also dealing with a lot of lake effect mist instead of snow like they should be seeing at this time of year. Now, tonight in the city of Thunder Bay, we are going to drop down to the freezing mark, but probably not anything cooler than that. We've got a lot of low clouds, but the temperatures are going to start to fall. We've got a cold front pushing in from the west for tomorrow, and what that's going to do as this system moves through, we're going to see it transition from kind of rain, freezing rain, into wet snow and snow showers over the course of the day. And I'll have more details on what will happen for your weekend forecast later on in the news hour.
Thanks, Fiona. Well, after the break, a ceasefire motion for Gaza has been vetoed at the United Nations. Don't go anywhere.
Israel has an obligation to do everything possible to put a premium on protecting civilians.